and I call the member for McKellar.
Member for Fisher. Long have I dreamed of being reigned over by you. It is so nice to see you occupying the high chair. It is so appropriate too. No, I didn't, and there are obvious reasons why, Member for North Sydney. Can I say, or can I congratulate the member for Macarthur for putting this motion forward? Of course, the member for Macarthur continues to get re-elected time and time again because he can say to half his constituents that he was there when they were born. It is an unhealthy advantage, and I think the ACCC needs to look into the member for Macarthur's unfair advantage in standing for federal parliament, unless we can find another gynaecologist to have a paediatrician. Oh my God, it gets worse, Mr Deputy Speaker. It gets worse. We've gone from gynaecology to paediatrician. Anyway, the Liberal Party is doing, let's face this, let's actually have an honest conversation here in this place. The Liberal Party is doing so much for the western suburbs at the moment, it is an embarrassment to the Labor Party. They have done more for the western suburbs in Sydney and southwest Sydney than any two governments in the history of this federation. I put to you the following. North Connects, $8 billion. For 16 years, the Carr-Keneally Labor government in New South Wales did nothing. The inside of a donut did more than what those two did. WestConnex, $23.5 billion. And let's not forget why WestConnex is so necessary. When the Greiner government left office in 1995, the Greiner-Fahey government left office in 1995, they had signed a contract for a 3-lane tunnel on the M5 servicing the people of southwest Sydney. Michael Knight, that financial and intellectual genius, decided he would save $104 million by reducing the tunnel from 3 lanes to 2. From 3 lanes to 2, Mr Deputy Speaker. I mean, if only he'd had the foresight to realise that we were going to put a lot of people in southwest Sydney. Well, actually the case was he did know that. He just ignored everyone and he saved $100 million. Well, that's all right. It hasn't been that expensive to fix it up. Just $23.5 billion we're now spending on fixing up the mistakes of the Labor Party. And what policy did they take to the last state election? They wanted to cancel that project. And what policy did they take to the previous state election? They wanted to cancel the project there. They had the gall to come in to this chamber and cry crocodile tears over the people of Western and Southwestern Sydney. They don't care about them at all. The fact of the matter is they wanted to cancel the one transport project that's made a difference to them in nearly 25 years. That's what the Labor Party thinks of people in southwest Sydney. And then you have, of course, the Sydney Metro, a $23.5 billion train project running from Bankstown to northwest Sydney. And what did the Labor Party want to do to that? They thought that it was a waste of money. And they also wanted to cancel that too. But they've got the gall to come in here and claim that they've funded a road to the tune of $48 million. Are they serious? How are the people of Western Sydney meant to respond to such outrageous behaviour from a group of people who pretend to care? They don't care about anyone but their large donors. And for 25 years, the Labor Party tried to stop the Aerotropolis from happening. Only this government made it happen, and even then the member for Chifley's still opposed to it. Something that all his electorate wants, that will create massive amounts of economic opportunity and employment, but he doesn't want it. You see, Labor in theory is in favour of making things better, but when it actually comes to doing things better, they prefer just to look good. And yet I come from a part of Sydney, Mr Deputy Speaker, that have 3 of the most congested roads in Australia. And we are begging for infrastructure to be built there, absolutely begging. The previous Prime Minister, Tony Abbott, got $50 million for Beaches Link, the most amount of money that a federal government has ever spent in my region. But compare it to the $100 billion, the billions of dollars, the hundreds of billions of dollars being spent in Western and South West Sydney. Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.